Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I am Chelsea of Cosmic Heart, and I'm here with another energy reading. It may or may not resonate for you. Obviously, use your discernment, trust your discernment. If a message doesn't fit, it's for someone else. Don't force it. If it doesn't resonate, thanks for clicking anyway. And if it does resonate, maybe stick around. And that's better. Maybe stick around, like, subscribe, and be a part of this collective I've been reading for the past year or so. I mean, not consistently, but there we go. So the main message we have here is joy. Joy. So if you feel like you've been going through the ringer and you've been in a space of especially energetic clearing, and you've been transmuting, and you've been, you know, temperance is a card of balance, of it's a card of transmutation, it's a card of excuse me again, it's a card of moderation. So moderation, especially in regards to the spirit and our emotions, because there is, you know, the angel, they have 1 foot on land and they have 1 foot in the water, and you're sort of reclaiming your sovereignty, your crown, with regards to, you know, spiritual knowledge or spiritual balance. And I mentioned transmutation because it's not on the bottom of the deck now, but when I pulled our main oracle card for today, which is Ecstasy, the bottom of the deck was Archangel Michael with transmutation, and that message talks about the Egyptian god Thoth, he was like a master alchemist, and it reminded me also of this temperance card. So we have Ecstasy with the sun and temperance, and the sun is clarity after bleak times, it's positivity, it's radiant health, it's the most positive card in the deck. And I was really chuffed to see this as your, did you see it just brighten up then? I was really chuffed to see this as your sort of starter card. And there's also, you know, references to unicorns here. It doesn't have a horn, but I'm in quite a magical place when I look at this card sometimes, and you know, it can be a white horse. Maybe white horses are significant for you, but there's a little child on it with this little flower crown and these sunflowers in the background. Excuse my stomach. It could be somewhere where you are, and you are, ooh, I just noticed that this little child looks like this angel as an adult. So like, you're like a real angel, and you know, maybe there's red flags from your childhood, because this kid is holding this huge red flag. But you're like taking that as an adult and you're transmuting it. You could work with Thoth, or this could be your message guiding you to work with him, because he is a master alchemist, he's a master transmuter. He works with transmutation, he works with alchemy. Look into him and his spiritual inclinations and see if that really resonates with your current life experience. If you don't already do that, I highly recommend you look into him and work with him. But this is also a message of, because the last part of the spread is the 8 of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. So pages can sometimes represent the inner child for me as well. So I don't know if this is a message of you sort of reclaiming something that brought you joy, even ecstasy as a child. You could have been having remembrance of things you enjoyed as a kid, as a teenager, as a young adult, regardless of how old you are. There's a past version of you that holds something close to its heart that could be responsible for helping you to heal your heart. This could be tied into the message I did yesterday. And it's going to be fruitful. The Page of Pentacles is like a new start. The Page is the apprentice, right? This could even just be you being an apprentice to experiencing fun again, to experiencing playfulness, to experience having the mindset of a child. And I don't mean being immature in any way. I mean putting the adult mind to the side where it belongs and sort of just seeing the world in new eyes. I feel I've mentioned this before, of this notion of when you see things with the eyes of a child, you kind of don't have any ego attached to it, because children don't really have egos. They are clear-headed, they don't have any limiting beliefs holding them back. They think about something they want to do, they consider it, they get it done, and if it doesn't work out, they're usually like, oh, well, that didn't work, maybe I can try something different, or maybe I can just put it down and try something else. And children are just so pure in a way, because they literally, in the best way possible, they don't care. You know, they don't care about who's watching them, they don't care about how they look, they don't care about getting anything wrong. So also it's like a Buddhist, like to be a child, I think to have a child's mind is a strong Buddhist technique, where you realize that you don't know anything and you can go into new situations or any situation with a fresh mind. Like you go into any situation with a beginner's mind with this Page of Pentacles, and it could definitely do with the physical reality, it could definitely do with money, it could definitely do with health, or you mastering your emotions, because I'm being tied to this, I'm being brought to this temperance. Maybe that way, maybe I should do it that way. No. The temperance sort of connecting to the 8 of Pentacles, where you master that spiritual aspect first, that alchemy, that moderation, and then quite quickly allows you to build in the physical. Whatever the physical thing you're building looks like for you. But the child's mind is such an important premise, especially if you're a person with anxiety, or you're scared to do new things, or you're worried about how you're going to look doing something new. The idea is sort of, the idea is to sort of start anything, even if it's something you already know how to do, right? You already know how to do this thing, but coming at it from a space of, I've never done this before. And it might sound a bit counterproductive, but when you allow yourself that space to pretend like you haven't done something, and you allow yourself to have a little, you know, like prep in your step, a little bit of a, I don't know if that's the right saying, pep in your step, and you sort of tap into that sense of wonder, I feel like things will flow, especially in the physical reality, so much quicker and with greater ease. It's sort of like the Page of Pentacles, you have the Apprentice mind, and then you're the Eight of Pentacles. You know, like that's very, very, very fast. And the outcome, or what the message we have for what's coming next, 11:11. Angels are with you. I'm going to read from the Angel Numbers book actually. We have Archangel Raphael with cleansing. So this is a card that talks about, first off, you can invoke Archangel Raphael. This is the Angels of Atlantis Oracle deck. And so all of the images have orbs, if you can see. And you can visualize the orbs in any way you need to invoke healing. So if you need sorry, I just had a brain fart. If you need whatever these angels offer you, so Zafkiel is he's the sacred lover, okay? If you are looking for any kind of love, this is your guy, your girl, your angel. And if you're looking for cleansing and healing, 1222, then Raphael is your guy. And this card references, so you have a strong connection, whether you know it or not. You could know it because I'm about to tell you, but you could already know this if you're a spiritual seeker. And if you work with transmutation especially, if you are looking to ground something in the physical with this Eight of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles, your best friend is going to be fire and water, okay? So if you don't already work with elements, I advise you to look into what that means and how you can do that to serve your journey, okay? So fire, what do we do with fire? It's all consuming and it burns things away that no longer serves us. Also, a direct connection to transmutation. And water helps us to wash things away, okay? So if you're a little bit more, with this Temperance card, if you need a bit more of a gentle approach to cleansing away anything that doesn't serve you, water will be your best friend, okay? If you need a harsh burning, not harsh, but you know, there is a very significant difference between water flowing and fire burning, you know. If you need that fire, that will, that drive, and you have anything interfering in that, fire is your best friend. Write that shit down, burn it away, okay? Also, I had a brain fart because, so I'm gonna read the message for Zafkiel's card, and it's so relevant to the inner child things we've been talking about, and the concept of the Buddhist concept of the child's mind. So Zafkiel wishes you to know that divine ecstasy may come in any moment as a deep feeling of passion for your spiritual growth, or as an aspect of your love whereby your whole being is transfixed with the choice you have made to join the mystical pathway. The two gatekeepers on this path are awe and joy. Both of, I feel like my accent was very heavy then. I'm so sorry. Both of which are closely aligned to ecstasy. As you experience this heightened state, be aware of the whispers of the angels. As you see in the oracle, angels use this high-frequency opportunity to impart sacred, loving information to us about our journey. They give our higher self information about a choice we need to make or how to open vistas of consciousness about our ethical existence. Trust the angels, for they will always have your heartfelt interest in their hearts. Chant Ha in your heart chakra to open this channel of light-filled inspiration from the angelic realms. So, what is a child almost always connected to if they're given the space and the capacity to experience this? Awe and joy. And when I say awe, I'm saying A-W-E. I just have a very strong Yorkshire accent. So I hope you can understand my accent when I say things like that. So that is, I think, very deeply connected to the Buddhist tradition of the beginner's mind, which is connected to the inner child. And also the way the cards are laid out, the Page of Pentacles is handing this pentacle to the fire in this cleansing card. I'll try and replicate. So it's kind of like this. So I don't know if there's some kind of thing in the physical realm that you need to maybe invoke some kind of flame, you know, the violet fire, to cleanse an aspect of your physical reality. It could be your finances or your health, or, you know, anything that is relevant to you right now. Definitely to do with the physical reality though. Cleansing. We have Archangel Raphael, the Holy Healer. So your message from following on from this little spread is: water and fire are the forces brought by the oracle to draw you into the harmony that Raphael wishes for you. Perhaps you have recently experienced situations that evolved beyond their creative potential and now need purifying. If so, use these strong elemental forces to cleanse them by drenching the substance in water or by burning the idea in fire. Both measures literally release the energy to the elements, thus transforming them from negative to positive. We need these initiatory forces when we move from one important condition to another, as we see in the ceremonials that use fire and water, joining them together in faith. Chant He to provide mental clarity. So if you need some extra awareness on what it is you need to cleanse, I mean, it definitely could be regarding, because I'm looking at temperance and connecting it with the inner child, and I'm thinking about personal transformation, like we've already talked about, and alchemy, and working with Thoth. So if you've watched to this point, thank you. Have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I hope you stay healthy, happy, free, blessed, loving, loved and protected. The message is repeating itself now, and I'm trying to never go over 20 minutes, so I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.